the runway lights my granddaughter put up between our house and Jonathan's, or their house and Jonathan's house. So that way we can see where we're going without having to. Oh, sorry. It's amazing how fast. It takes so long to cut it all down, and then it burns just like that. I mean, amazing. We've got all those piles that we cut up from previously when I cut out by where the goats are right now, and then what we pulled out with the skid steer the other day, so getting it all up out of the way. Keep it clean and clear around the houses, so this right here doesn't have, we're only 4 miles from, it's amazing because we're like 50 miles from any major stores or anything like that, but we're only 4 miles from the fire department. So I call them and I let them know that I'm burning, just to be on the safe side. They, you know, there's no burn ban or anything right now, and the winds have been pretty calm. Every now and then some gusts have been coming through, but for the most part it's been pretty calm. But yeah, I always let the fire department know. I have a spigot right by where I'm burning too, so I mean, we try to be as safe as possible, but again, we're doing this to prevent dead wood laying around close to our houses, so you know, if a fire does start and get away. So where all the cut down brush was, those dead cedars, I moved that all out and we burned that all up. So that's cleared out. We got what was stacked up here, still got, pulled it out, but I've got another stump I've got to finish digging out and cutting up there. But this is cleaned up, and then I'll finish off these next 2 cedar trees, or 1, 2, 3, so it'll be completely cleaned out and we can see the tree that we want to see. So that'll be awesome. But seems like nothing but work. Bought some more ceiling panels, so I got those, put the linseed oil on those, so I'll be hopefully putting those up tomorrow morning and cutting the pieces for the bathroom to frame out for the shower area. So, okay, so we finally got the last stainless steel pegboard up on Jonathan's wall, and so I can get him some shelves this weekend, and we'll get them up so he'll have some place to store his dishes and we won't have a lot of this happening. Anyway, on to the next one. Jonathan using his new Dirt Devil vacuum that his grandma bought him for his birthday, for his new house. All learning how to be independent. And back to working on the ceiling in our house. It's like back and forth and back and forth, and so they're pretty much, they're still a little bit tacky. Oh no, there's my hand. They're still a little bit tacky, but it's they're good enough to work with right now. So I'm cutting out for the light fixtures here, and so here's what we've done so far. Gotten partly around the light, so hopefully this will fit properly around this cut. So it's we'll super cold, wet, rainy day out here at the homestead, at the new homestead. So I'm trying to work inside, but it's cold in here with no heat. It's nice and warm over at Jonathan's house, but it's cold in here. So and it's cold outside and raining, like I said. So I brought the sawhorses in. I put down some plastic, and I'm gonna go ahead and measure and cut the ceiling planks, and then I'll linseed oil them and have them ready to go up. I need to get some more ceiling insulation, so can't do anything with that right now, but as soon as the rain lets up, I'm going to cut out for the back porch light, so we can get that wall closed off. And I've got the porch light, so we'll put that up. Okay, so now we're gonna just leave them to dry. It looks like the rain might have stopped, so I'm gonna take a quick lunch break, and then I'm gonna come back and hopefully start putting in the outside light. It finally stopped raining, so I'm getting this wiring done. And I drilled up here. I had to drill a hole in. Where's it at? Can't find it. There it is. Had to drill through here because the wires were all over here and I didn't want it running sideways and no support. So I drilled it through here to bring it, and then I'm going to cut this out, and then I'll go outside and inset the box. I've already got some of the wires cut and stripped. This is a mess trying to figure out where I am. So hopefully that'll be done. And in the meantime, the ceiling slats have pretty much dried, so I might be able to get some of those done. Another hole in the wall. It's I don't know how many times I do it. I don't care how many times I do it. It still freaks me out. The box is in, and I'll pull the wires through here in a second, but I'm going to screw in these little screws here that will pull the little flanges on the back and make it so it's secure. Went ahead and already caulked it also, and then we'll get to getting the light up. Here's the light installed. Now let's turn on the switch and see if it actually comes on. We have light outside. It's a cute little lantern light. Okay, that's it for today. It's dark, or getting dark already, and it took forever to get that light up for some reason. Everything takes me a while. Okay, that's it. So today I was back to working on the ceiling, and I was putting insulation in, and I was moving right along with the pieces that I had, and I went to grab the next piece, and I said, well, wait a minute, it looks a little funny. And then I realized it has two tongues, no groove. So there was no place to put the next one in. I would have had to, so anyway, long story short, it's a manufacturing defect, I guess. So I put up all the rest, and this one I can still use right up here, there, as the first piece in the next row to come over. So not a big deal, but good thing there's not too many of them like that. I'd have to take the pack back, and that's a 50, 60 mile drive. Well, more than 50-mile drive to where we can get those, so didn't want to have to do that. But it's coming right along. And I had the insulation around the can lights, and the manufacturer of the insulation said if they are IC rated, IC type rated, which they'll clearly be marked, then you don't have to worry about building a not a bevel around it, but like an air space around it, so that with 3 inches so it doesn't touch. And I checked them, and they do clearly say that they are IC rated. So I just cut out the insulation around it and went forward from there. So I've got to get to staining the next package of them, and I'll lay in some more insulation. That's going to be it for the day. I need to get more ceiling planks, like I said, in order to put up more insulation, but I'm at the halfway today point. Since I didn't have any ceiling planks to finish off the ceiling. Need to make that 100-mile round trip to the store again. I'm working on the floor, extending it through the kitchen area, so I'll get as far as the cabinets go over, and the cabinets are marked by the blue lines here. So I'm gonna hopefully, I probably won't finish it today because I need to leave to get back to the other house to get some stuff done today. But I'm going to try to get at least half of it done and the pantry done, and then that will be done pretty much. The pantry, I've got the light. I just got to put up the ceiling when I extend the ceiling over. So the pantry to me is a very important part of the home, and I guess you could kind of tell by the way I'm always going on about the pantry, but it is a very big deal for me for the pantry. So anyway, get that floor done. I can get all my stuff put in under there, start storing the stuff, and know where stuff is. And that's so I can get back to the old homestead. Got the pantry room floor done, and this much of the kitchen, and then I'll just keep going. Be back in a few days. We are doing outside plugs, and that is Paul on the other side of the receptacle there. He's putting in the 20 amp for the washer. That up. And I'm doing the other ones, the regular 15 amp ones for the outside, and we bought the weather resistant GFCI plugs, these extra duty in use covers, so they will stay safe and sound, dry, but you can still use them while they're closed if it's raining, so should be good to go. I was becoming an old pro at this wiring stuff. Makes it much easier to make these little pilot holes around, then use the jigsaw to cut it out. Since we've got this stud here and we can only go so far, then I can go. And there it is. So we've got 2 done and 2 more to go for the bedroom, but we'll do 2 more for the bathroom. Well, no, 1 for the bathroom, and then out here on this wall here where this second plug will be is where the outside propane hot water heater is going to be hanging, the instant hot water heater. So that will be nice, and the plumbing will come in up there, since all the water is basically from about right here, right here in the house to right here. That's about the extent of water here on this wall, and then on the far wall for the kitchen. That's it. Love it. Love a simple plan. We've been kind of tag teaming it here. I went and I cut out all the boxes and inserted them, and then Paul comes in behind and he wires them, and then we'll go back now and then put on the boxes, the outside boxes. Hopefully we'll get these done, and if we have time we'll do, like I said, the 2 more in the bathroom. These are the weather resistant, tamper resistant GFCI plugs we've been using, the Leviton. Ronnie likes those better. We had some Eatons, but he said he liked the Leviton better, so that's what we're going with. They are. They're spring loaded, and this part just screws in with the regular screws here for the plugs, and then we caulked around the back just to be on the safe side. Okay, so here's what it looks like from the inside. I've got it all caulked up, and now I'm going to cut out for the electrical receptor from the insulation. So today we got done the receptacle on this side of the house. These are all basically in the bedroom or the bedroom area, so we can close off those walls. This one, the one for the washer, and whoops, walk through the mesquite bush, this one. And that's it.